to folks, locally across the country. That's what we've been concentrating on since, 1996, I guess. We've been doing this. A little history. Yahoo Store, for those of you that don't know, started out in 1994, 95. It's called ViaWeb. That was the name of the product. Yahoo bought them in 98, and it's been called Yahoo Store since then, up until about maybe 4 years ago when they went with the called it Yahoo Small Business, which you can see up here. They've originally it was basically just a cart with a storefront. You were able to go and use their little editor and create your store pages. Since then, they've added a nice analytics package to it. They've added Yahoo Web Hosting, where you can create your own pages using standard different HTML creators, front page, any macromedia stuff. You can create websites using those kinds of tools. 3 different packages. We're going to sort of scan through this. We're going to talk a little bit about the inside of the store so you see how it works. But their pricing starts, as you can see, at about $30 a month, all the way up to $225. They do have a small percentage of sales that they charge, depending on volume. And here, this is just direct off their website. Down here, if you go farther, which I won't bother to do, they actually give you a nice sort of guide as far as to figure out how much money you're doing a month, where you ought to be, what sort of package makes more sense financially to you. The Yahoo Store is actually, the store itself is a template-based store. Yahoo's got a nice little editor on their end with sort of predefined templates pages that you can use to create your product pages with. It's designed using a programming language called RTML, which is a proprietary language that Yahoo uses. It stands for Recursive Textual Markup Language, I think. And it's the only place you ever find it, the Yahoo Store. It was designed by a gentleman named Robert Morris, who was a Lisp programmer way back in the day, and used some of those techniques. It's a web-based programming language. So you don't actually program it on the computer, you program it inside the store through the web interface using their sort of wizard, if you will. We'll look at that if we got enough time, but excuse me. It's pretty neat language. Not many people know how to program it. There's not much information out there about it. There is 2 books that explain it. There's a little bit of information on Yahoo that explains how it works. But that's it. There just isn't much out there. There is a handful of designers. There's probably maybe 20 or 30 across the country that use the software that build it. They're all pretty good. They've all got their strengths. They've got a nice developer directory in the Yahoo area. You can track those folks in. A lot of nice add-ons. Yahoo isn't perfect. There are definitely areas that make it work, but there are a lot of designers have come up with other solutions, such as FedEx. That's one of the weaknesses that Yahoo has. There really isn't a good way to ship via FedEx. They've got a good partnership with UPS, but no FedEx. So there's some third party, there's some app developers out there that have created a nice addition, if you will, addition to print. Plenty of other things like that we can talk about too. But let's go into the store real quick. Let me just show you around that. We've got, this is one of our little demo accounts, and we sort of think about Yahoo I'm sorry about the resolution here, guys, but this is their internal manager of one of their stores. It doesn't look good here because it's switched up, but if we think of the store sort of in these three terms, there's a sort of a store editor, there's an interface to create the presentation layer that your customer can see, that web front. There's the cart and the credit card processing area. That's the internal manager. And then there's a big new analytics package that they've just added. It must have been pretty good as far as analytics, SEO, where your traffic's coming from, that kind of thing. But they've added this new one, I want to say it's a year and a half ago, and it is stellar. There's a tremendous amount of power that's behind it. In fact,